Hi guys, so in relation to my first MACD video, I want to show you how you can pick entry almost to the pip and give you a very high probability of knowing where to go next. So this is euro dollars, is the current thing I'm looking at right now, waiting to take a trade on. So I know it's Friday and people don't like holding trades over the weekend. To be quite honest, the trades like I look at now like this are ones I really like, funny enough. So I enter on a Friday afternoon when the market's really quiet and I hold for the whole of next week. So this is how I do it. So here is the euro dollar on the daily chart. I believe there's a head and shoulder pattern forming. Clearly it's not happened yet, but your left shoulder's here, your head's up there, your neckline's along 1.158, 1.157, this kind of area there. And I think that's the pattern forming. So firstly, we had a touch here and a touch here, made a double bottom pattern. And you zoom in closely here of most recent history, the last couple of weeks, you've got a mini double bottom pattern as well, with lots of low tests and volumes picking up as well. For me personally, I quite like that. That looks quite nice. So I'm going to delete this now, the head and shoulder pattern, just so it makes life a little bit easier for us to know what we're looking at. So let's now drop down to the 4-hour chart where we get to see about the MACD. Here you can see lots of tests. We can move this line a little bit lower down now. It's on the neckline. You can see lots of tests there, 1.1535 roughly. And then when we go there, already you've got MACD, you have divergent upwards already. This line's for 1-hour chart, this is there, I'll show you what I mean. So already we've got that. We've broken the 4-hour 50 EMA. Not that it really matters too much, but when it's in the pattern, this is the double bottom pattern here, it's the left one there, there's your right touch there. That's the kind of part of the pattern there. And so yeah, I don't really think the 4-hour 50 is too much of a concern, but I think the 1-hour 50 would be, but it's on our side. So you then go down to 1-hour chart, you can see a triple bottom pattern. We broke up there, so what I want to show you here, there's your high, there's a lower high, and then all of a sudden we broke up nicely. Now, for me personally, I think that means we're going to head up, and if you see here, the lows on the MACD were diverging in a bullish direction. When these were going down, they were. So for me, I'm not surprised whatsoever to see this do this. Bear in mind, the euro dollar has been oversold and does need a move up as well at some point. And what we've done now is this. We've had this nice strong breakout above the 1-hour 50 EMA, which was capping price, put in a higher, and now we're looking to where a higher low would form. So this is what we do. That's our Fibonacci, and you can see this area here. I'm just going to highlight in the circle already here. Anywhere around this area here where the price pulls back to is of good value. Now we're going to put the pivots on as well to see where a pivot comes to, and all of a sudden you've got in the area the 1-hour 50, the pivot, and the 0.5 Fibonacci, a beautiful pullback pattern forming there as well. So for me personally, this is what I would do. I'd happily just stick my order here, put your stop just below there. I know it's not, it's not protected the best way there. You could protect it there the best way possible if you wanted to, it's not a problem. But for me, I don't think we'll make a lower low there, if that makes sense. We've made a higher high, the MACD is going for us now. We've got a good pattern on the daily, so I don't think you'll be making a lower low there. So I said we'll go back to the Fibonacci. What we've got in Fibonacci pretty much, I'll put my stop, fair enough. I'd put it there actually, in all fairness. You're protected with S1, you are. If you're a bit more happy to take the risk, you can do something there like that, you can, 50 odd pip. And now we'll go back to the higher time frame now to pick a target. Now for me personally, target wise, you can see already that the daily 50 is coming to play now as well. You've got your Fibonacci pullback here, but we do think we could come to this level here. So it depends really what you're looking for. Personally myself, I think now it'll head up quite nicely. So I'm just going to select the target of, let's put 1.18 as the first target, because that is realistically a good target to look at. 1.18. And already you've got a nice 4% trade there, and you haven't done nothing. Sorry, but my mouse is going very bad now at the moment, guys. Very, very bad mouse. But as you can see already, you've got to recent highs here, like that. Now, if you think go to 1.2, which it could go to 1.2, there's a possibility of that. You're looking at a 7% trade. For me personally, I'll just go for the 4%. I'm happy with something like that there. That's a real nice trade, that is. Pretty much a safe stop as well. And I'll just keep my eyes on this to see what kind of happens. So yeah, so as you can see, that's how I broke it down to the 1 hour chart as well. Just to go back to it, and that's what I'm kind of looking for as an entry. I do think it'll pull back down quite nicely. However, if we start seeing test the 1 hour 50 at the 382 level, I would take the trade there as well. Anything down here is of value, and any form of reversal is what I'll be looking for to take today. And like I said, to hold over the hold over the weekend and keep holding until next week. But that's how I use MACD divergence on the 1 hour chart, the 4 hour chart, and combine that with price action and patterns and key levels on the higher time frame.